Before we get started, if you like Skyrim or games like this, subscribe to the channel, because you're definitely among the right crowd. Skyrim is one of those games that falls among a legendary status among its players, both young and old. There are people nearing their 30s that still play this game and have been playing it since it came out. Though there are also people who are not even teenagers yet, running around in Skyrim trying to figure out if they want to be a Stormcloak or an Imperial. For those of us among the older crowd that have been hardened by the real world around us, our imaginations are pretty much shot. Playing pretend just does not appeal to us. It is one of the reasons why being fully immersed in a game like Skyrim has become basically impossible, as we're always aware that we're just sitting down playing a video game. Rather than play for immersive purposes, especially if you're going through dialogue and scenes that you have gone through before in the game multiple times, many players that fall into this category tend to play the game for more or less nostalgic purposes. Playing through Skyrim trying to get the same feeling we did when we saw our old middle school, or when we saw our old hangout spots, or when we heard our divorced parents fighting in the room next to us. Just that veil of nostalgia is one of the big things that will keep Skyrim alive for many, many years to come. There might not be much new coming out for the game, but there's a whole crowd of people out there who are just there to enjoy all of the old that the game has to offer. For the younger crowd who have not yet gotten to experience that old, they get to fully enjoy the immersion that first-time discovery in Skyrim has to offer. Skyrim is a game where the graphics are starting to really begin to show its age, especially to that younger crowd, which are, well, they tend to be more spoiled. Though Skyrim makes up for these aging graphics with absolutely beautiful scenery. The graphic quality of Skyrim is one of those things that helps you realize you are playing an older game, though the graphics are still good enough where you can thoroughly enjoy the beauty of what that fantasy world has to offer. There was a point in time where a game like Morrowind, the original graphics of Morrowind, were considered to be cutting edge, and one day I imagine that we will view the graphics of Skyrim in the same way that we view the graphics of Morrowind today. One of the big driving factors for the game is that it is so widely known and widely played. This makes it a very easy comparison point for anyone in the gaming community. Anytime you are explaining something, the easiest way to get someone else to understand it is to compare it to something else that they already know. The easiest way to get the most amount of people to understand what you're talking about is to compare something that a lot of people in that community are going to already know and understand, like Skyrim. It is a sales method used by many to pitch a product, using fast cars or hot women with big, thick, girthy, jiggly personalities to get their product across. These are things that most of their target audience are going to know and understand, and oftentimes enjoy. So just because of the old crowd that continues to go back to the game time and time again to try to scrape together what childhood joy they have left, and the younger generations experiencing that joy to this day, and the massive number of people who know the game well enough to understand what other people mean when they talk about the game, I don't foresee Skyrim going anywhere anytime soon. Even when the Elder Scrolls 6 finally drops, we'll still see Skyrim comparison for years and years to come, until that next Elder Scrolls game has been around long enough to earn its popularity like Skyrim has. Well, that's just my 2 cents on the subject. I don't foresee the game going anywhere anytime soon. Just because it has been around for a long time does not mean that it's fallen out of favor. It's turned into one of those games where we can talk about literally any other game and compare it to Skyrim, and most of the people in the gaming community are going to understand what we are talking about. So, that's my 2 cents on the subject. I want to go ahead and just say thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys on the next video.